What's up, YouTube land? So, today's agenda, I gotta get my car inspected for Virginia because I just came back from California. And after that, I was thinking, hey, let's learn how to drive stick together. Alright, here we are. Let's learn how to drive a manual transmission. Now you'll see in a manual transmission car, you got 3 pedals. You got your accelerator on the very right, got your brake in the middle, and clutch on the very left. And most cars are going to have a hand brake. This one has a little doohickey right there. You just pull in, push it down. Electronics, kind of goofy, but same idea. And you're going to have your shifter, which has a series of gates on top of it. 1 through 5 typically, some have 6, this one has 7, which is one too many if you ask me, but whatevs. So, once you understand the differences here of the manual versus an automatic, we can go ahead with the process of how to start it. Now typically with an automatic, you would just go ahead, put your key in, or make sure your key fob's on you, turn your key, or hit the little button, it'll fire right up, boom, good to go, put it in gear, and you're off. And manual's a little different, to where no matter what kind of manual car you're driving, your foot has to be all the way down on the clutch. Okay? And then once that's doing its thing, you can go ahead, make sure it's in neutral. I like to anyways, just so you don't forget and take your foot off the clutch and your car lurches forward, you look like an idiot. So, with my clutch in, all the way, foot on the brake, go ahead and start the car. Gotta give a little wobble. Alright, so our car's started. Clutch is still in, but we're in neutral. Go ahead and put our brake down. Or turn our handbrake off, e-brake off, if you want to call it. Now, when I was learning how to drive a standard, I forget who told me, this was a long time ago. The best way to find the grab point is by using the tack. And the tack is a guy right here in the middle, and in an automatic it's kind of a meat point to have one. I don't know why you have an automatic, but you just do. In a standard, you actually are going to use it, keep it below 6500, or correction, just below the red line. The red line's this little guy right there. Keep it below that. If you get in that area for too long, it's bad. It can seize your engine, and pistons are going to swell, get too hot, and it's going to seize. So keep it well below that, and you're good to go. Now to find the grab point, what you want to do when you're neutral is go ahead and release the clutch, very slowly until you see the tack or the needle start to move a little bit. Has a lot of torque, so I literally could just let my foot up the clutch just a little bit with no gas at all, and it's gonna start to move forward. Hopefully it will. I'm like an idiot. All right, there we go. So there's no throttle at all. I'm just taking the foot off of the clutch very slowly and starting to engage the engine, and I'm moving ever so slowly. No gas yet. I'm not using any gas at all. Now to fully engage, what I want to do is go ahead and give a little more gas, and then once you feel comfortable, go ahead and take your foot off the clutch completely, which it is now, and I am cruising just fine. And once you go a little faster, go ahead and put in second gear. We're in second, we're cruising, we're doing our thing. Now coming to a stop, clutch in, brake. Neutral, wobble wobble, foot off the clutch. And you can sit there at a light or a stop sign and just wait until it's your turn to go. Now again, put it back in gear to get started, clutch in, first gear, ever so slowly, foot off the clutch. Feel that grab point when it's starting to move. Give it some throttle. Boom, you're moving. And don't be worried when you first start doing this. The car is gonna buck. You're gonna stall it. I remember when I started driving stick the first week, it was atrocious. It's fine. You're gonna think everyone's freaking out, looking at you. No one gives a shit. Just take your time, go to a parking lot. The biggest thing too, learning standard, is don't get overwhelmed. Just calm down, relax. It's a lot of anxiety. You're in traffic. I know it's new, it's different. Just relax, take your time, practice all you need. Find a parking lot, go slow. Don't let people rush you. When you get driving a manual down, it's so much fun. It feels like you're driving the car instead of the car driving you. You're so much more control. I can't explain. It's just so much more fun. Okay, so you have the basics of how to get started, get rolling. The hardest part is getting rolling. Once you're in second, third, sequentially, it's even if you're shifting very sloppy, you're going to be fine because you're moving. You're not going to stall the engine. Over time, you'll get better at making all the transitions smoother. When you're downshifting, it's pretty much a reverse of upshifting, obviously. But as you come to a stop, you have two choices. You can brake by, they call it engine braking. When you put in a lower gear, it sounds kind of cool, especially if you have a nice sounding car, it sounds rad. Or if you want to save your transmission, you can just use your brake, put your clutch in, brake, boom. A couple of don'ts when you're driving transmission. Don't rest your hand on the shifter. You can cause premature wear in the transmission by putting unnecessary force on gears. When you're at a stop for a long period of time, put it in neutral and take your foot off the clutch, because you're just putting unnecessary wear and stress on your clutch plate. And when you park your car on like an automatic, you don't have a park option, so make sure your e-brake is on, and or handbrake, sorry, and go ahead and leave it in first or reverse. That'll keep it from rolling on a hill or etc. And just to reiterate, here's your gates on your shifter, which you're going to use to shift through your car to achieve a higher gear, a higher speed rather, and you're going to use these in this order. Now, higher torque cars, mostly performance cars, muscle cars, sports cars, later model ones, manufacturers have installed a thing called skip shift, which is really stupid and meant to save fuel economy, but it's so negligible that the savings, it's stupid to even use. What that does is it forces you from 1 to 4 electronically, and it's really stupid. I turned mine off. But what that means is if you're not at a high enough RPM, it'll force you into fourth gear to save fuel economy. It's really silly. But for most cars, just shift through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sequentially. You'll be good to go. In between all shifts, or during all shifts, you need to put your clutch in, change gear, clutch out, throttle. Here, we're moving. Stop sign coming up, clutch in, neutral. Taking off now. Did kind of sucks. Alright, clutch out, throttle. We're cruising. Clutch in, change gears. Second. We're moving. Third gear. Ready? Clutch in. Third gear. Alright, we're coming to a stop now. So clutch in, second gear, clutch off. Now we're doing engine braking. Sounds pretty cool. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Alright, complete stop, clutch in, neutral, first gear, clutch out, gas. We're launched, second gear, third gear,